Hey guys, so welcome to the first video of 2019. Sorry I've been gone so long, but let's just jump right into it. So to start off this look, I've already primed my eyes with concealer, and I'm going to go in with the purple from the Zulu palette, which is called Matte Electric Purple, and I'm just placing that in my crease in a rainbow shape, so to speak, going from my inner corner to my outer corner. Once I have that laid on pretty thick, I am going to go in with Matte Pecan from the Zulu palette, which is the brown, and I am going to just blend out the upper edge with that. Once that upper edge is blended out, I'm going to go in and go ahead and cut my crease, and I am going to just be using the concealer from ColourPop, the No Filter concealer, and I use 146. And I'm just gonna cut that in the same shape that I put on the purple eyeshadow. Basically just a dome going from corner to corner up toward my crease. Just a little tip, I found it easier to do my crease when I have enough product on the brush so that I can actually move it without creating jagged lines, but not enough where it bunches in the corners, if that makes any sense. And once I have that the way I like it, I'm just gonna go off camera, match the other eye to this, and I'll be right back. So now I'm just using a mixture of that Matte Electric Purple from the Zulu palette with a little bit of Poison Plum from Sugar Pill in the outer third, the outer edge, let's call it the outer edge of this eye. And then I am just mildly blending that in. Then I'm going to go in with the pink from the Zulu palette, which is called Matte Magenta. And I'm just going to blend that. Sorry, I was watching something, so I'm going to keep turning to the side to like see what's going on. But I'm just going to continue to blend in that pink into that purple. And once I got to this stage, I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with the rest of this look. So I started to fill in my inner corner. I grabbed my Makeup Forever Artist Shadow 2 palette, and I used shade D552 in my inner tear duct. I'm sorry this section is so blurry. I am filming with a new lens, and I did not realize when I got that close to the camera that it wouldn't still focus on my face. So sorry about that, but I'm just placing that right on my inner tear duct and moving it into the inner corner of my eye. And I still wasn't sure what I wanted to fill in that center section with, but I really liked the way the concealer looked, so I went through my palettes and found a shade that was close to that, and I used Universal from my 3502 Morphe palette, and that was a really good shadow to use to just set that concealer on the rest of my lid. And once I went ahead and did that on both eyes, As per usual, I'm going to just fill it all in on both sides. And come back with a full face. Once the rest of my face is on, that's when I like to go in and do my accents. And I'm using NY Axes or NYX's Lid Lingerie and Morning Sky to just define the cut crease. On the eye I'm doing right now, it came out a little bit thicker than I'd like, but it still was very pretty in this look. And I'll tell you how I made it at just as pretty as the other eye. So what I did was I went in with an iridescent loose glitter by Sally's. They're the little jars you find by their register, and I just used some of the NYX glitter primer and I mixed those two kind of together, and I used that above the Lid Lingerie in order to make the line look a little bit more even, so to speak. Afterward, I went underneath my eyes with a little bit of the metallic aquamarine from the Zulu palette, and this is the finished look.